Hello my fellow creatures and welcome back to another video, and today we are actually going to be doing something a little bit different. But it's actually, well, it has to do with my channel and how I actually started. I actually made a community post and all of that. By the way, my hair is a mess, don't mind them. I made a community post asking what is the hardest boss, just like between my deer, the Nameless King and all of that. But now I always wanted to just rate the bosses, you know. I'm not going to rate them by the difficulty, but how I did enjoy the bosses, if that makes any sense. Again, this is just a personal opinion, and if your opinion is different from mine, it's all good. You can just comment on the video and make your own tier list. Maybe I'll love a boss that you hate. It's okay, everyone has their personal opinion and I'm just here to state mine. Yeah, this is the tier list. I made some changes. It was from S to F, but no, I made GOAT, very good, good, okay, bad and elite. So yeah, we go with the order that is in here. Let's start. We start off with the Abyss Watchers, okay, and I mean, this is a no-brainer. I'm going to put it on very good. I don't think it's a GOAT just because of the first phase, but the second phase is just... The first phase, it's very good, like, he's very fast and all of that, but again, I was able to defeat the boss on my first time. I just think the first phase could have been, like, something greater. I don't think it was bad, obviously, but I don't think it's GOAT material, you know what I mean? We go straight up to the second one, which is Aldrich, Devourer of Gods. It was an okay boss. I don't think it was a bad boss. I don't think it was anything special really, but I don't think it was a bad boss, especially not the beat. So yeah, I think it's just nothing else to say about the boss. It was just okay, really. The Asian Dragon, because I can't say that word. Wyvern? Wyvern? I don't know. I'll put it on okay as well. I don't think it was, I mean, it was sick, it surprised me, but it wasn't something like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Yeah. It was okay as well. It surprised me when the dragon appeared, but I was always saying like, holy shit, I'm going to fight a dragon, I'm going to fight a dragon, I'm going to fight a dragon. And yeah, I like the whole, like, you have to climb the stuff and then you just one-shot him, so yeah, that's pretty sick. It was something, like, I don't know if they did something like that with the previous Dark Souls, but it was something new and I enjoyed it. But I don't think it was good, you know, I don't think it was bad. Again, it was just okay, just a nice, okay boss. Again, keep in mind, this is my personal opinion. It's like, if you're seeing these ones and you're like, well, this is fucked up, I'm out, I understand completely, this is just my personal preference. And with him, I'll put him on bad. Again, it wasn't that big of a deal, especially of all the bosses that I faced already, you know, to come to this DLC and fight him. I was like, well, it's just a big wolf, you know. I wasn't really fazed by it. I don't know, it was kind of like, yeah. Champion Goodyear was a good boss. I had all... Wait, this is Champion Goodyear, right? Yes, this is Champion, yeah, this boss was actually fun. The moment he started like chopping off like karate kicks and all of that, like 360s, I was like, holy shit. Yeah, it's just a good boss really, nothing else to say as well. Crystal Sage is a very annoying boss. I didn't really like that boss. I mean, you can see my reaction how I was about it. I did like the design, but it was kind of like, nothing. Yeah. I do think it was better than him though. So yeah, I'll put it on top of bad. Crystal Sage, Dancer of the Boreal Valley. Again, this is my personal opinion. I think this is a GOAT. Again, I know what like. Everyone is just clicking off, but if you're still giving me hope, let me explain. This was the boss that made me hooked up on Dark Souls 3. This was the boss that literally grabbed my neck and said, you're going to love this game. BAM! Pile me in. Because I enjoyed playing the game, but then I don't know, I felt like I was forcing myself to play the game, to make videos and all of that shit. So yeah, I have to give it to GOAT because that's the boss that made me, like, actually love this game, you know what I mean? Okay, Deacons of the Deep. I actually had a, like, loving experience with that boss, so I put it on good. I know maybe a lot of people don't actually like it, but I loved summoning, like, the two, like, bots or something, I don't know, the two champions that you can summon, and I don't know, I just had, like, lots of fun, like, It was sick. Having the guys, and it was just something straight up like of a movie or anime, I don't know. Earth, like us three against this whole like cult. Yeah, I had lots of fun. So this is Old Demon King. I don't think it was bad. It wasn't a bad boss. Nothing else, like nothing much to say. I defeated on my first go. It was pretty, yeah, I don't know. It was nice. Demon Prince, is a good boss. I actually have to put it on here. I love the concept of the two, and I'll never forget the jump scare that I had, like when I first met the Demon Prince. Like just falling down and just everything is just dark, and then boom, lights up. I was like, what the fuck? The OCT was amazing. I love the combos. I love the light beam. It reminded me of Naruto on the fourth when he fought Orochimaru. Next up, it's Dragon Slayer armor, and this is a no-brainer. It's a very good boss. This is a very good boss. I had so much fun fighting him. It was amazing. Like, I remember the first time meeting him, I thought he was a dragon, like that black cat dragon monster kind of thing. And then this guy just comes ramming at me, boom! And yeah, nah, it was actually like it's just a brawl against him. Okay, Sister Freed. I'm just kidding. Like, in terms of design, music, like ambience, all of that stuff, I have to put it on GOAT. But it just, like, I hate this boss, but I genuinely love this boss as well. It was so fucking difficult. And the third phase is actually amazing, I won't lie. But it pissed me off that it needs to have 3 phases to be somewhat decent, because I beat the shit out of the first one kinda easily, and then I actually beat the second one kinda easily as well. It's just the third one, so no, I can't put it on GOAT. I don't think it's GOAT material. I want to. I put it on very good. I'll put it, you know what? I'll put it on the top of very good. Because of the design, the OCT, like all the ambience, the arena, like especially the second phase with the dead, the fire, and then the third phase, she's really clean with it. Our combos are sick. I just don't want to put it on GOAT because I don't think he deserves, because he has 3 phases. That's just what the fuck. And she needs 3 phases to be that difficult, you know what I mean? That's why I don't feel like she needs to be a GOAT. So yeah, I'll put it on very good. I'll put it on top of very good. Nobody will top her. Okay, Curse Rotted Greatwood. Where do I put this? Part of me wants to put this on delete, but it was a nice OST. You know what? Nah, delete is way too rude for it. I'll put it on okay. Bottom of okay. Because it caught me off guard, the OST was pretty sick. Let's be honest. The OST was pretty sick, and then when it just starts to, when the ground breaks, yeah, that's pretty sick. It was an okay boss. Yeah, it was an okay boss. I remember it, my feelings to it. I defeated on my first try, it was pretty sick. So yeah, I think it was an okay boss. This piece of shit, I don't want to even talk about, delete, just get out of the game, just wasting my time, piece of shit. Udex Gundyr, this is the first boss of Dark Souls, but for me it was actually, my first boss in my mind was that, like, icy thing. That was my first boss. He's an essential boss to, like, set up the tone of the game, really. But when you compare him to Champion Gundyr, Champion Gundyr is much better. I just think Champion Gundyr was a great improvement, because he didn't have anything of that, he just straight up fought you. I think, yeah, that's the thing, yeah. If I think the thing of the black stuff, the black goo, kinda took out that nice thing of him, especially when you experience all of the other bosses. That's what I feel like. Oh boy. The boss that a lot of people consider the hardest boss. I defeated this boss on my 3rd go. Hell yeah. Maybe I just got lucky, maybe I used the lightning well, I don't know, and I don't care. I just know that I beat this boss on my 3rd go. What do I have to say about this boss? Holy shit, nah, it was fucking insane. It was genuinely... Yeah, it has to be a GOAT, come on. This boss actually was. Where should I put this boss? This boss, if it was for the difficulty, on my part, it's going to be in here. This was the hardest boss that I had. This was 100% hardest boss. The boss that made me just question everything in my life. If it's only for the difficulty, yes, he's definitely on GOAT. But it's not. He has to do with everything. Difficulty, OST. I love the second phase. When the second phase starts off and the music bum 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 and it's just there like menacing, like yeah, that's amazing. What I think it actually for a lot of people drags out, like really just puts him not on that GOAT category. It's just the first phase really, and the camera and all of that like the dragon stuff. I think that's the really reason why it's not on GOAT. I'll put him here because I'm thinking about every single phase of the Sister Freed in terms of OST, air attacks, the sound design and all of that. I genuinely enjoyed them. I hated that it was 3, but I loved all of the 3 phases, let's be honest. The Nameless King, I didn't really enjoy the first one, it was just a bummer. The second phase was amazing, like straight up fighting him. That's why I put him up here. But I can't put him above Sister Freed, just because I loved all of the 3 phases of her and I didn't enjoy the first phase of him. I'll put it in here. I think it's a nice, great place for a great boss. Osiris, if we're talking about the story-wise, I found it very sad, so I'm going to put it on GOAT. I'm just kidding. I don't know, I defeated him on... For me, I'm sorry to do this, but... I didn't know about the story, I didn't know anything about him. I'm remembering what I felt when I fought him. He was literally just a mob for me. He wasn't hard, I defeated him on the first try. Like, I remember doing a lot of damage to him. It was just, yeah, I didn't know about the baby and all of that. I didn't pay attention to that. I just took him out like, yeah, it was just a Friday night, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's why I'll put him on delete. If I fought him knowing about him beforehand, he'll probably be a good boss because of the lore wise, and it makes more sense and all of the stuff with the baby. But remembering how I fought him the first time, I didn't know about any of that. That's why I'll put him on delete. Again, sorry, I know he deserves to be higher, but that's just how I felt when I fought him. I didn't know about anything, I just fought him like a normal boss. Pontiff Sullivan, yeah. Ooh, I was straight up putting him on GOAT. It was the first boss after the dancer that I met that was difficult. And it was hard and I was questioning like, what the fuck am I doing here? And this is literally like a Dancer 2.0 but faster. Like, it was the first boss after the Dancer that made me actually game, if you know what I mean. Made me like really try hard, you know, concentrate and be careful, learn his patterns and actually try to defeat him. So yeah, you know what, yeah, I have to put him on GOAT because of that. Slave Knight Gale, I mean, this is a no-brainer. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Do I really need to explain why? I know, again, a lot of people are like, what the fuck? It deserves to be already explained why the Dancer is, for me, my favorite boss. I don't think I'm going to explain it again. So yeah, the Dancer will never, like, move out of that place, ever. But, come on, Slave Knight Gale is an amazing boss, holy shit. How he starts off, and then, I actually learned there was literally 3 phases I didn't know. I didn't know. Soul of Cinder. That's an interesting one. See, this is that boss that if I played the previous ones, I feel like this would be here. Or maybe even here, you know what I mean? If I played the previous games. But I didn't play it, so for me it was just a normal boss, you know what I mean? I enjoyed it as a last boss, he was amazing. I loved the OST, I loved all of that, especially. That's the thing, when I found out, when you guys told me what it was about, like, it was like a culmination of all of the bosses. So yeah, that's the thing, if I played Dark Souls 1, 2 and then 3, I feel like I would have cried and this would be like my favorite boss. Maybe even above Slave Knight Gale, maybe. But for my enjoyment, I'll put it on good. It was the top of good boss. Yeah, I enjoyed his fighting style, I enjoyed how he fought, especially when he started doing like gymnastic stuff and all of that stuff. But again, since I didn't have a backstory of that boss, I didn't really knew anything about it, so it was just a boss for me, if that makes any sense. Like a culmination of everything, I'll have to put it on top of good. I think that speaks a lot of the boss actually. Like going blind against this boss, and I still put it on top of good, I definitely prefer him above all of these ones. I think that speaks a lot of the boss and speaks that it's actually a really nice boss. So yeah, I'll put it on top of good. Twin Princes. I'll put it in here. Again, probably if I knew about the other Dark Souls, maybe it would have been a better boss. But for me, I'm pretty sure I defeated him on my second go. I didn't find it that difficult. It reminded me of like Janempa, really. The OST was pretty cool, I guess. But nah, I don't think it was anything out of this world, you know, anything that special. Ooh, I genuinely enjoyed this boss. I think I defeated on my first go. This was a nice boss. I'll put it on... Ooh, I enjoyed this boss more than him, more the Deacons of the Deep. Yeah, definitely. I remember it. Yeah, it was a nice boss. High Lords of Volnir. You know what? Let's be honest, it was a straight up easy boss. This was one of the easiest bosses. I didn't take him out on my first kill because I bugged, because I was under him and then I died. I didn't know what was going to happen, so yeah, I was like, okay. I love the design of him. I remember liking the design of him. We're thinking of everything. Like everything putting together. Yeah, I'll put it on okay. No, I did enjoy. You know what? Let's change this a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, like this. And last, but definitely not least, Yorn the Giant. Like, his interest alone should be GOAT, let's be honest. The way he's just standing there. And I genuinely loved the way that I defeated him with that like special sword. That was sick. I'm pretty sure you can defeat him just straight up fighting on your own, but that's going to take like an hour maybe. And again, I loved the differences. Like again, when I got the sword, it was a sick experience. It was something so different out of the other bosses that I did. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that's my tier list of the Dark Souls 3 bosses. Again, if you disagree with something, you probably clicked out already. But if you're still here, yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me what's your tier list. I actually want to check it out. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop a like. And if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe. So yeah, I'll leave it at this. For me, Goat, Dancer, Slave Knight, Dark Eater, Meteor, and Pontiff Sullivan. This tier list serves the bosses justice of how I did against them and my overall enjoyment with them. So yeah, I'll see you around. Peace out, and then peace out.